¿Qué onda, raza? I want to share my opinion about Sarazanmai and a topic that really got me after I finished watching it. This is a short anime, but I think it comes with heavy topics and at the same time it doesn't take itself so seriously, so watch it with that in mind. First, I will touch three major points of the anime. I will try to waste your time gracefully while doing it. Sarazanmai starts in a world where everyone has a secret, be anything that personally makes them feel ashamed. These secrets are carried by each person in a cardboard box. Kappas, which are river monsters that are from the Japanese mythology, seem to be very popular in this world. Everyone seems to be kind of superstitious when it comes to the way of living. You may have noticed this anime is kind of gay by looking at the few pieces of the video I set here. It makes a lot of reference to anal, dicks, and yeah, pesto woro. Also, the first episode is really weird, and although it tries to explain clearly the world building, there are a lot of things that won't make sense if you don't watch it to the end. I'm not sure how comfortable I was with that, but that's the way it is. Sarazanmai has a Power Rangers type of structure in its episodes. They get into something personal, then someone summons a monster, then they beat it, and the personal problem gets fixed. It really seems to somehow be targeting a younger audience, but at the same time, I wouldn't bet for it. I don't see a child liking something so heavy and gay at the same time. We follow Kazuki, a young guy who is strong-headed, really fixated on what he has to do. He wants his secret to not be known as everyone else, and also wants to please his brother Haruka.
Really looks like a girl.
There is not a lot to be said about him. He seems to be pushed by this story while doing his daily tasks. We get to know the other two primary characters, Enta and Toi. Enta is a guy who is always having fantasies about reclaiming his spots with Kazuki. Guess why? Kazuki helped him once when they were childs. So Kazuki became the fattest, wettest dream Enta will ever have. After some time and effort, Enta gains his precious title of a degenerate, and that's it about him. Enter Toi, only guy in here that has to deal with some real shit. Toi seems to be an introverted guy who is willing to do anything to save his only family member. That makes him ignorant and at the same time honorable. Also, I want to talk a little about Mabu and Reo. They are the cops on this history and also the bad guys. There is some weird relationship between them. First, I thought they were just dickheads by the way they behave, but I was mistaken. The problem with this history is that almost everything gets to be responded in the last quarter of the season. Sarazanmai really builds up the mystery to burst it at the end. For your information, the suspects of the episode get annihilated by the sexiest cops in order to summon the monster of that episode. This is something that is implicit, a little hard to get. Knowing this clears up a little the context, makes it more watchable. The opening seems to be good, has a nice rhythm, good chorus. I can't help to think that there are a lot of openings with this structure that I have listened to, too familiar for me, but I could be wrong. I cannot help to give its own space to the song Mabu and Reo used to summon today's monster, a combination between pop and traditional Japanese music. I liked it so much to the point where if I didn't hear it in an episode I missed it. And the Summoning Megazord song is just catchy. I wouldn't listen to it again out of the anime, contrary to Mabu and Reo's song. There is a more juvenile approach to the drawings. The lines are soft and all the structures seem to be kind of curved. There is something that I would consider a genius concept, and this is the drawing of the non-essential characters. Men and women have the traditional representation of Japanese stereotypes. No details, totally white. The colors used in the anime are vibrant, and it has a lot of variation. The contrasts used to represent situations are on point. The majority of the movements are slow, but often detailed. In Sarazanmai, there is something everyone lacks: honesty. Almost all the time we see how they struggle for the lack of it. I'm not saying that they are lying to other people, but that they are not being honest with themselves. Through the anime, we see how their lives are improving by getting their secrets revealed to other people. It makes me think about myself. Whenever I couldn't be honest with myself or other people about what I was thinking, used to not make anybody uncomfortable. The anime makes it clear when it represents them still lacking honesty after having one of their secrets revealed. It isn't something about the number of secrets, it is something about principles, and it makes me wonder, how will you get to be fully honest with yourself, and when will you change yourself with that honesty? Subscribe if you want. I will keep myself doing these videos. I'm having a blast, to be honest. And thank you for hearing me. It means a lot to me.